What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it looks like 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who's looking to become undisputed in the super middleweight division. Canelo Alvarez, he holds the WBC, WBO, WBA ring magazine at super middleweight. He's looking to secure an undisputed bout with undefeated IBF super middleweight world champion superstar boxer Caleb Sweethand Plant in September. They have two dates that they're looking at, September 11th and September 18th. With that said, Caleb Plant is looking at the landscape and Canelo Alvarez's last two opponents. His unification bout with then undefeated WBA super middleweight world champion British superstar boxer Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith got $6 million or $5 million for that fight. $6 million for that fight, in which Canelo Alvarez, he didn't hold the belt. The WBC belt was vacated by then undefeated two-time super middleweight WBC world champion Mexican superstar boxer David Benavidez. David Benavidez, he lost the belt on the scale, which saw the belt vacated. Canelo Alvarez, he petitioned to fight for the vacant WBC title. Just happened so. Caleb Smith hold the WBA. They agreed to a showdown, which the WBC allowed the WBC belt, vacant belt, to be on the line. So it was a unification bout. Canelo Alvarez, he beat Caleb Smith. He became the WBC, WBA super middleweight world champion. Then he fought, which was the WBC mandatory challenger, in which was his former sparring partner in Avni Yildirim. He beat Avni Yildirim. That was in February. Then he took on 2-division world champion, undefeated WBO super middleweight world champion, British superstar boxer Billy Joe Saunders in May. Okay, that was another unification bout. He beat Billy Joe Saunders by a stoppage victory. Now he's looking to face off against Caleb Sweethand Plant in September to become undisputed and be the first Mexican-born fighter to hold all 4 major sanction bodies. In the super middleweight division, there's never been an undisputed champion, so he'll have 2 historic accomplishments, becoming the first undisputed super middleweight world champion and being the first Mexican-born fighter to do so and hold all 4 major sanction bodies. So it's going to be historic either which way. But Canelo Alvarez, he paid Billy Joe Saunders $8 million for the fight. So he had $6 million to Caleb Smith, $8 million to Billy Joe Saunders. So it seems the trajectory is going up $2 million per fight, 4 belts. Now, Caleb Plant is saying for his services and his belt, he wants $10 million. It's right on cue, right? $6 million for Caleb Smith, $8 million for Billy Joe Saunders, $10 million for Caleb Plant. Well, they're saying that now, initially, Canelo Alvarez, he stated, don't have a problem with paying Caleb Plant whatever he's looking for, because the accomplishment, the legacy is worth more than the $10 million. With that said, now it seems like Canelo Alvarez, his team have had a change of heart, and they're looking to pay Caleb Plant $6 million, which is negotiation tactics, right? But they're saying that he's not the same, he doesn't have the same talking points, he don't have the same drawing power as Billy Joe Saunders to garner $8 to $10 million. So they're not willing to do so. Now they're stating that they're looking for a replacement opponent if Caleb Plant doesn't come through in September. Team Canelo is saying that they also offered Caleb Plant to fight on numerous other occasions, and he's turned down the fight. So they're saying that they don't think that Caleb Plant truly wants this fight. So now they're looking at other opponents, which is David Benavidez is falling on the table, but he has a fight coming up August 28th against Uzcategui. Okay, now obviously Canelo Alvarez, he's looking to fight in September. Uzcategui and Caleb Plant and David Benavidez are scheduled to fight August 28th. So that means that in order for David Benavidez to replace Caleb Plant, he will have to pull out the fight with Uzcategui August 28th. Now, where does that leave Uzcategui? And is Uzcategui willing to take step-aside money? David Benavidez, 24 wins, no losses, no draws, 21 wins by way of knockout. 24 years of age. He stands at 6'1" with a 74-inch arm reach. Okay. So with that said, are they willing to pay? Because I'm sure they will have to pay Uskatiki, some sort of compensation for his services, as he's already scheduled to, earn a living August 28th. Canelo Alvarez, 56 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, 38 wins by way of knockout. He's 30 years of age, stands at 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. Okay. So with that said, Caleb Plant is in a position where he understands that Canelo Alvarez truly wants this belt. He truly wants this fight. He wants to become undisputed. He wants to create history. It's legacy for him. And Caleb Plant is standing firm on his square because he knows that he's in high demand. Caleb Plant, 21 wins, no losses, no draws, 12 wins by way of knockout. Caleb Plant is 28 years of age, stands at 6'1" with a 74-inch arm reach. Okay. Last time we saw him in the ring was January of this year when he took on defeated his IBF mandatory challenger and Caleb Truitt. He got a unanimous decision victory. So they're saying that, David Benavidez could be another option to replace Caleb Plant, but how's that going to work out? Okay, because now you're talking about having to pay Uskatiki step aside money and paying the purse to David Benavidez. Now I'm sure David Benavidez, he would just be happy and to be in a position to get the fight with Canelo Alvarez that he's been seeking out for quite some time. Okay, so maybe he's not demanding $10 million. Maybe he only asked for $5 million. Okay, and they paid the other $1 million to Uskatiki. Okay, Uskatiki is not going to make $1 million to fight David Benavidez. So you pay Uskatiki the $1 million, $5 million to David Benavidez, and you have a fight. But the other option is now they're saying that if they can't work out things with Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, they're looking to go up to 175 and challenge the unified light heavyweight world champion. Now we know Canelo Alvarez, he went up to 175 already when he challenged and defeated the WBO 3-time light heavyweight world champion superstar boxer Sergey Crusher Kovalev. Okay. Now they're talking about going up and challenging Artur Beterbiev. Artur Beterbiev is undefeated. He holds the WBC and the IBF light heavyweight world titles. Okay, Artur Beterbiev, 16 wins, no losses, no draws. All 16 wins by way of knockout. He's 36 years of age. He started late at the professional rankings, stayed in the amateurs a little too long in my opinion, but that's what he chose to do. 5'11" and a half with a 73-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was March of this year when he took on defeated Adam Daines. He got a TKO victory, okay? So they're looking to challenge him for his belt. Now, Canelo Alvarez, he vacated the WBO light heavyweight title, so it's not a unification bout for Canelo Alvarez. But this is a fight that they've been claiming that they're willing to take. And if they can't get a deal done with Artur Beterbiev, they're also looking to face off against possibly Dimitri Bivol, okay? Dimitri Bivol is the WBA light heavyweight world champion. He's also undefeated. Dimitri Bivol is 18 wins, no losses, no draws, 11 wins by way of knockout, 30 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was May of this year when he took on Craig Richards, got a unanimous decision victory, but it was a harder fought fight than most people expected. So Canelo Alvarez is looking to explore other options because they believe that Caleb Plant is playing hardball. But Caleb Plant is standing on the square saying that he wants $10 million. You paid unification bouts $6 and $8 million. When there was 2 belts on the line, you paid $6 million. When there's 3 belts on the line, you pay $8 million. Now all 4 belts are on the line, you pay $10 million. Okay, so Caleb Plant, he's standing on the square. He's saying that, listen, I deserve $10 million for this fight with Canelo Alvarez because it's for all the marbles. It's going to be a huge pay-per-view event. Canelo is looking to gain at least $30 million for this event. So why should I be subject to only earning $6 million? And this is a bigger fight against Caleb Plant than it is against Billy Joe Saunders or Caleb Smith because this is for all the marbles, okay? History is going to be made that night, either which way it goes. If Caleb Plant wins, it's still historic because there's never been an undisputed super middleweight world champion. And if Canelo Alvarez wins, he has that title, as well as he's going to be the first Mexican-born fighter to hold all 4 major sanction bodies. And Caleb Plant understands his worth. He's standing on the square and he's saying, listen, y'all going to pay me what I'm asking for because you want this belt, you want this legacy fight. So give me what I'm asking for. You paid everybody else. The ante went up. Like I said, for 2 belts, it was $6 million. For 3 belts, it was $8 million. Now for all 4 belts, it's only right it goes up $10 million. So they're seeking out the possibility of fading David Benavidez. I'm hard pressed to see them, having to pay him and Uskatiki money. Maybe they could keep Uskatiki on that date, replace David Benavidez with a different opponent, have a lighter touch because you don't want to lose the date. And David Benavidez, he slides in the slot where Caleb Plant would have been. But again, it's a big fight, but it's not for a belt. Canelo Alvarez is looking for belts. It would be historic for him to be a 2-time light heavyweight world champion and be the light heavyweight unified champion at 175 against Artur Beterbiev. But then does his chances of becoming undisputed at a super middleweight go by the wayside? Because is he, again, going to be able to come back down to 168? That's a lot of fluctuating for Canelo Alvarez. And he's on the wrong side of 30 now. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hi, my name is Heather the Heat Hardy, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.